Okay, so I want you to picture this. It's Saturday morning, the sun's coming in, maybe a little too bright. Or let's be real, maybe it's Tuesday night and you just got home.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's a stack of things you have to do, important things. Maybe it's that report for work you've been putting off.
Right.
Maybe it's studying for something that could actually get you a raise. Or maybe, just maybe, it's that mountain of dishes that's been building its own ecosystem in your sink.
Ah, the dreaded sink mountain. It's a monument to procrastination. We've all been there.
We have all been there. But here's the problem. Your body feels like it weighs, I don't know, 1,000 pounds. Your brain is basically offline.
Yeah.
And that desire to do absolutely nothing is so overwhelming. It feels less like a mood and more like a physical force just holding you down. It's not, I don't want to, it's, I physically can't.
It is the universal human condition.
Yeah.
That specific gravity of inaction. It's different from just being tired. It's a heaviness.
It's that feeling where you'd honestly rather stare at a blank wall than lift a single finger. And today, on this deep dive, we're unpacking a guide that tackles this head-on.
Okay.
But I want to be clear here. This isn't some dense medical journal. It's not some high-level CEO productivity hack filled with jargon about, synergy.
No, and that's what I find so compelling about today's source material. We're looking at Adam's Essential Guide to Overcoming Laziness.
Right.
And it is a text that is unapologetically simple. It strips the concept of laziness down to its absolute rawest elements. It's almost like a manifesto for the exhausted.
A manifesto for the exhausted. I love that, because usually self-help stuff is written by people who seem to have infinite energy. This feels different.
It does.
So our mission today is to take Adam's guide and really deconstruct why we feel this way. The text says something really interesting, that sometimes we feel lazy for no reason.
It is a game changer of a concept.
It is. So we're going to extract his foundational toolkit for fighting back. Because even though the words are simple, the fight against inertia is, well, it's very real.
It really is. And while Adam's guide is clearly aimed at beginners, I mean, the language is very plain, the psychology underneath it all is profound. It addresses that core conflict between the part of us that wants to hibernate and the part that wants to achieve.
The battle of the brain versus the bed.
Exactly. So let's get into it.
Let's start with the beast itself. Segment 1, the anatomy of laziness. How does Adam actually define this? Because we throw the word lazy around a lot.
We do, yeah, usually as an insult. But Adam's definition is refreshing because it's completely devoid of judgment.
Okay.
He doesn't call it a sin or a character flaw. He simply defines laziness as when we do not want to do anything. Full stop.
So it's a state where you just want to rest or sleep and you actively refuse to work or study?
Right. A preference for inaction. Do not want to do anything. It's so blunt, but it's so accurate. It captures that complete refusal, and he gets into the why. And this is where I think a lot of us get stuck. We try to psychoanalyze ourselves.
Oh, constantly. Why am I like this?
Exactly. What does the guide say about the root causes?
Well, he lists the usual suspects first. Fatigue, simply because we are tired. That's the biological one. Then boredom.
Makes sense.
Or a specific dislike of the work. If you hate doing your taxes, you're going to feel lazy about doing your taxes.
Of course.
But then he throws in a twist that I think is the most important line in the whole text.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's the one that kind of lets us off the hook.
Exactly. He says, sometimes we are lazy for no reason.
For no reason.
And that admission is just incredibly validating. We waste so much energy trying to find the deep, dark root cause of our inertia.
Right. Is it my childhood? Am I deficient in some vitamin?
Exactly. And Adam says, look, sometimes the reason is just nothing. You just feel it. It's a glitch in the system. It really takes the pressure off. You don't have to solve a mystery. You just have to deal with the feeling.
Right. It shifts the focus. But even if there's no reason, there's definitely a cost. Staying in that state isn't free.
No, the cost is high. Adam says we miss chances to be better. And ultimately, it leads to unhappiness.
Which is a key insight. Doing nothing doesn't actually feel good in the long run.
That brings up the emotional side. I think we see cats sleeping in the sun and think, I want that. But Adam described the internal monologue of a lazy human, and it's not fun at all. He says it feels like being small or weak.
That phrase really stuck with me too. Small or weak. It frames laziness not as relaxation, but as a reduction of the self. You feel diminished.
Mm-hmm.
And he points out a paradox that I think everyone listening will recognize immediately. He says, When we are lazy, we feel tired, even if we sleep a lot.
Yes, that is the truest thing ever. You sleep for 12 hours, you wake up, move to the couch, do nothing for 4 hours, and you're still exhausted.
It makes no sense biologically. You should be fully charged. But psychologically, you're drained.
So why is that?
Because it's not physical fatigue, it's a stagnation of energy. The text says you feel bored and you feel like you cannot start. It's paralysis. You're trapped.
So we've defined the enemy. It makes us feel small, tired, unhappy. It's a trap. So let's move to segment 2 and look at how this plays out.
The trap.
Adam actually shares a personal story in the text, a sort of case study of his own laziness, which I love.
It grounds the advice, yeah. It's a very simple, relatable story. The setup is he wanted to clean his room.
A classic struggle. The messy room, it's always the first thing to go.
Always. He had the intention. But he says, I did not want to start. That friction was there.
So what did he do?
The avoidance behavior kicked in. He watched TV for 1 hour and ate snacks.
The universal substitute for productivity. Screens and sugar.
The path of least resistance. But here's the crucial question. Did that make him feel better?
I'm guessing no.
Not at all. He says, then I felt guilty. I felt lazy. I wanted to feel good again. This is the cycle.
The downward spiral. You feel bad about not working, so you watch TV to forget, which makes you feel worse.
Precisely. So how did he break it? This is the million-dollar question. Because usually we wait for motivation to just strike us like lightning.
Right. Did he drink 5 espressos?
No. And this is the core lesson of the text. He says, I started cleaning slowly. He didn't wait to want to do it. He didn't wait for a burst of energy. He just started.
And he emphasizes the speed. Slowly.
Slowly. I cleaned a little. Then I cleaned more.
And the result?
In 1 hour, my room was clean. I felt happy. The insight here is that action precedes motivation. He didn't clean because he felt happy. He felt happy because he cleaned.
He had to mechanically force the action to change his emotional state. I love the emphasis on slowly. I think that's the secret.
It is. It lowers the barrier to entry. It basically tricks your brain into starting.
It's like jump-starting a car. You need that external force first. Before we move on, the guide lists some signs to watch for so you can do a quick self-diagnosis.
It's a very blunt checklist. Not cleaning the room, not doing homework, watching TV all day, and this one is vivid, eating too much and not moving.
Okay, that's a little too real. So we're in the trap. We know the cycle. Now we need weapons. Segment 3, the tactical toolkit. Adam uses the word fight a lot.
Which implies it's an active battle. It doesn't just go away on its own. You have to go to war with it.
So strategy number 1 involves planning. He calls it writing our work.
This is about externalizing the burden. When all your tasks are in your head, they feel overwhelming. It's a giant, scary cloud of stuff I have to do.
Yeah.
So he says, make a plan, write it down. But he pairs this with the small steps approach.
Small steps are easy. That's a direct quote.
It is. He says, they make work simple. This goes back to the intimidation factor. If your goal is clean the entire house, your brain just shuts down.
It's too big.
But if your goal is pick up one sock, it's easy. It's so small you can't say no. You're just overcoming that initial static friction.
Okay, strategy number 2. This one is about consistency. The text talks a lot about routine.
And he defines it very specifically. It's not just a to-do list. It's about timing. He says we should wake, eat, study, work, rest, and sleep at the same time.
At the same time. That's the key phrase.
It is. A routine helps our body and mind. The insight here is automation. Decision fatigue is a real thing.
For sure.
If you automate the when, you don't have to spend willpower deciding to start. Your body just knows, oh, it's 9:00 a.m. We work now. It removes the negotiation.
The negotiation is where I lose. Maybe I'll start at 9:5, maybe 9:30, and then it's noon.
Exactly. The routine kills the negotiation.
Okay, so strategy 3 is interesting because it seems contradictory at first. The rest paradox. Adam says we need to rest.
He does. He says rest is good. You can't run on empty. But then he immediately pivots with a warning. But too much rest makes laziness.
It's a fine line, isn't it?
It's a dangerous curve. Rest is recovery, but excessive rest becomes inertia. You rest to refuel, not to escape. A 20-minute nap is rest. 4 hours of scrolling on your phone is not rest. That's numbness.
That distinction is so important. Numbness versus rest. Okay, so plan small steps, lock in a routine, and rest. But don't hibernate.
Right.
Now, let's move to segment 4, fueling the machine. Adam acknowledges that we're biological creatures. We need physical inputs.
This section is very practical. He identifies 3 main physical pillars. First, exercise. walking, running, playing sports.
And why?
Because it gives energy. It sounds counterintuitive, spending energy to get energy, but moving the body wakes up the mind. You have to move your way out of laziness.
Triggers those endorphins.
Exactly. Then there's diet. Eating healthy food helps the body.
Simple, but true.
If you put sludge in the tank, the car won't run fast.
And the third pillar is sleep. Sleeping enough helps the mind, which is different from resting too much.
Correct. And that's vital. Sleep is a physiological necessity. Sleeping enough is about charging the batteries so you can live life.
Got it. Now, beyond the body, there's our environment, the space we inhabit.
Adam has strong opinions here. He explicitly states that our surroundings dictate our energy levels. A clean and bright room helps us work,
Clean and bright.
versus a noisy room, which he says makes laziness. It's fascinating he uses the word makes, as if the environment itself is manufacturing the laziness.
So you're not just fighting your brain, you're fighting the room.
You are. And it's not just the physical room, it's the people in it, the social circle.
Yeah.
He talks about good friends. He
Right.
says friends motivate us and do work with us.
Do work with us. That's the accountability piece.
Exactly. It's what we call body doubling. If your friend is working, you're more likely to work. They also make the process fun. Isolation breeds laziness.
So fix your body, fix your room, fix your squad. It's a holistic approach. Now let's get into the head game. Segment 5, mental games and rewards. This is about how we talk to ourselves. Adam suggests some specific mantras.
He lists 3. I can do it. I am strong. I am ready.
It sounds a bit like a pep rally, doesn't it? A little cliche.
It does, but he argues that positive thinking isn't just fluff. He says it gives energy and makes work easy. This is cognitive reframing.
So if you tell yourself this is too hard, you're just confirming the laziness.
You're draining your own battery before you even start. You have to be your own hype man.
And once you've hyped yourself up and done the work, you get the prize. The guide is very big on the reward system.
Yes, but note the scale. He defines a reward as a small gift, not a big one.
Right.
The examples are finish homework, eat a cookie, finish cleaning, watch 1 video.
I appreciate the scale. It's not finish cleaning, buy a new car, is watch 1 video.
Exactly. It's immediate gratification tied to effort. The problem is we usually take the reward before the work.
Guilty. I'll watch 1 video to get ready to clean, and then it's 10 videos and no cleaning.
Adam says, flip the script. You have to earn the dopamine. If you get it for free, why would your brain want to do the work?
That's a great point. And finally, he talks about the ultimate fuel source, motivation, finding it in dreams and goals.
This connects the small steps to the big picture. Motivation helps us start work. If you don't have a dream, the small steps feel pointless.
It's the why that powers the how.
Exactly.
So we've unpacked the definition, the trap, the tools, the strategies. Let's wrap this up. What's the long game here? We're all going to slip up.
And Adam knows that.
Mm-hmm.
He ends on a very compassionate note. After all the talk of fighting, he softens. He says, laziness is normal. We are human.
That is good to hear. It's forgiving.
It is. He emphasizes patience. Do not worry if you are lazy sometimes. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is just to not give up. His final mantra is step by step, little by little.
Step by step, little by little. It really does come down to that. It's not about grand gestures.
Not at all. The solution to feeling small and weak is a combination of mechanical actions, the routine, the clean room, and mental framing, the positive thinking, the dream.
You build the structure on the outside to support the feeling on the inside.
You build the structure to make yourself feel good. You don't wait to feel good to start building.
It's about building a scaffolding so you can climb out of the hole.
That is a perfect way to put it.
Well, we have unpacked Adam's guide, and I have to say, I feel a little less heavy just talking about it. I feel like I could maybe possibly go do those dishes.
Me too. It makes the problem feel manageable. It's just dishes, step by step.
But before we go, we want to leave you with a thought. The source says motivation can fight laziness, but it suggests motivation comes from our dreams.
Right. And it also says we need a routine.
So here is the question for you. If you are feeling stuck in a cycle of laziness right now, where is the break in the chain? Is it that you lack the mechanical routine, the what to do and when? Or is it that you haven't connected those daily small steps to a bigger dream? Are you lazy because you're tired? Or are you lazy because you've forgotten why you're doing it in the first place?
That is the question.
Something to think about while you hopefully clean your room slowly. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.
Step by step.
See you next time.